Many are marking the start of the war's third year, showing solidarity with Ukraine. This is the 35W bridge in Minneapolis over the Mississippi, lit up blue and yellow tonight, and the same at Capella Tower, downtown Minneapolis, shining brightly above the city. Many months later, some are continuing their push for peace. Richard Reeve heard from Ukrainians who now call Minnesota home about those efforts.
An emotional gathering on this somber anniversary.
We mourn, but we also celebrate these 2 years of resistance.
Hundreds came to the Ukrainian American Community Center to mark 2 years of war since the start of the Russian invasion.
I was crying all week and didn't know why.
Among those here, Irina Petrus, who fled from Ukraine with her now 6-year-old daughter Polina, fearing for her child's life.
Until I heard bomb attack, I was not ready and I did not believe it.
What followed was a long journey. 10 days volunteering in Poland, a flight to Mexico, a month in Texas, then Vermont, and finally Minnesota, welcomed by the Ukrainian community here.
When you come to Ukrainian Center, you have to share courage and be brave and still be there for people who are new arrivals right now.
Amid the music and prayer here, several wounded Ukrainian soldiers were the guests of honor. There are worries about whether the U.S. will continue military aid. This Ukrainian army chaplain telling us if aid doesn't come, things will become very, very difficult for everyone in Ukraine.
They are starting to question the world's resolve in standing with them and supporting them. And so sadness and fear have increased.
Wellness therapist Lori Ellis-Young from Minnetonka spent years in Ukraine working with civilians and soldiers.
They're very tired, but they are still very committed. And they desire freedom.
I feel like it's a dual life. You're heartbroken and wholehearted at the same time.
Petrus says every day she checks in on family members who are still in Ukraine. One of her jobs is to help new arrivals from her homeland adjust to their new lives here in Minnesota. Despite the concerns about aid from the U.S., we also heard words of hope tonight. A teenager told us, quote, "The last 2 years have been very awakening for the world, and we're happy to be here still."